'Cause in America, where the dream is still real, I honestly don't care if 1,000 Secret Service people look into my channel. That would pump the subscribers up. You don't know how important and appreciative I am of the people that follow me. I don't know, look at the clocks.
Well, guys,
That's how long it took. Now should I include a little rock and roll? Taking care of business every day. I'm taking care of business every way. Taking care of business, it's alright. I said, taking care of business and working overtime. I said, work out at the Youth Truth Podcast. If I haven't got Enrich Your Life and Finances figured out, how the heck am I supposed to sell it to others? Here on the Porch Project with the ghost of Sweetie, I include
try to visit the channel.
films. And the
Welcome.
girl that God sent me on Father's Day. You ought to check it out. Father's Day, the short. Yeah, they're making a lot of noise. But it's not the girl. My Colt 45 sitting on my hip. I might want to call her Muzzle. I was going to call her Pistola. 'Cause boy, she never leaves my side. And I had to get a muzzle. Which by divine intervention was delivered unto me, because boy, she'll scare the living daylights out of you. Yeah, I'm not sure I know how to live on this spinning top. All I know is I don't have the 54 sitting on the porch anymore. 'Cause Muzzle here. Because Colt made all men equal, large and small. Me, I believe in open carry. You're gonna know I'm carrying something. Colt made the world equal. You know, we all have the Second Amendment right to self-defense. But I'm not gonna hide it. And that son of a buck is the quickest draw McGraw you ever saw. If you want to go west. You know, I did go for your backup while you got a club. Well, you know, guys, I kind of believe in big open carry. Get rid of that thing.
Should know how to
Whip out the big gun. And what I would tell people is if they have a concealed carry permit, don't reveal it to anybody and give up your element of surprise and safety. Is always on my hip. The Second Amendment. Yeah, go look at some shorts. And that's how there won't be boots on the ground in Iran, but, you know, the president won't listen to me. The bomb is to give the Iranians the Second Amendment. Well, guys, dictatorships, the final map. This is why Iran is such a little deal, that little bitty straight. But see, the whole problem is the terrain. I've heard we can just go in and take it. How However, the whole deal is, look at the mountains. You know, the whole terrain militaristically is whatever. I had someone say, just take Karg Island. Yeah, we have some dictator allies or military bases on this side. And if Trump wants to go in and own that strait, that little red dot needs to be protected. So you would have to have military on these mountains and those mountains. To own Karg Island, yeah, we could attack from this way, but we would have to own this, and the IRGC would still control this. Now, I have to look up the strength of the Iranian military because it's not a tiny force. It's got a lot of missiles. But if we wanted to hold that strait, we would have to defend that little piece of ground. Everybody tells me it's simple. But I just don't know that we could do it. Because, well, we could do it. We could do anything. But Iran has really only been conquered by Alexander the Great and a couple others. They were particularly against European conquest. The British owned this much, and the Russians owned this much, but it's all divided by the mountainous terrain. And in any military plan of conquest, you have to take the high ground to even start fighting against the low ground, or so that you don't try to have your people on the beach. And the beach is really, in theory, are small. They don't open up, this is 12 how thin the beaches are. 12 miles is what a human eye can see. So, more or less, because of the curvature of the earth, I would not know what the true plan is. That's why it's not so simple like everyone suggests. It's just really more or less, but we can't let them blackmail us. And I don't know, I have other concepts of, but in that country, there's only about 20 to 25, 27, I don't know, % of the country that's pro-Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. I mean, it's not even called the Iranian military. It's Islamic Revolutionary Guard to guard the mullahs. Okay? And so 75% of the people may not be pro-IRGC. And the only way to conquer is divide and conquer. I keep saying, pick one small area and arm it. If I was Einstein, I would try a little experiment, and I'd pick the right city, and then I would provision them with arms, patches and primers and .45 caliber Hawkins in there. Throw in some pistols because there might be a street fight. Make sure they got powder and give them some balls. Come on, powder your balls? You know, this might be the area. So if we armed that area, then maybe we could control the strait. But everybody says Kharg Island. I don't know. It's up here. And you'd have to take a lot of this ground to own it. I don't know. You know, when you overlay the topographic map, there's mountains running through here. So I don't know which one of the 31 districts to try and where do you start? Tehran? You know, this has a red dot, so it's a pretty big city, and this one has a red dot. I mean, that's why they can almost attempt to blackmail, just because they got. But we should continue the fight until they exhaust their rockets. Now, see, we blew up a lot of their rocket manufacturing and everything else, but dang, I don't know how long it takes them to rebuild a factory. You know, we don't want to destroy all the infrastructure on Kharg Island because of the monetary value. I mean, if we want Iran's oil riches, I'm not sure what producers and that's along the Gulf. This is probably all military. This might be civilian. This would be rural civilian. This is probably all military, you know. So I wouldn't. Go get him. You know, but the mountains run. Somebody comes near your border, you better have a watchdog. Interior. So Kerman, however, would be a great choice to try and have the civilian population overrun the IRGC. And you never know what fruit will grow. This is video evidence that my peach tree had 1,000,000 blossoms with bees and not a single fruit this year. I wonder why. So let's all do a flag dance here at the rabbit party. You do that with Clipchamp, and not a sponsor. Hit that like button. Leave a comment at the Youth Truth Show. Whoa. So what would you tell the Commander-in-Chief? I'm just one man in the militia.
In this little experiment on YouTube, here at the Youth Truth Podcast, it's an experiment. You might read it as written if you can read cursive. And the definition of redress is on my channel. In an experiment about the First Amendment, I've only been partially blocked. In Russia. You know? Yeah, think about that.
And our Creator equal.
Here at the Youth Truth Podcast, we should all be lovers. Oh, you know, naysayers, don't listen to them. Bobbleheads, trolls are the worst. Like, subscribe, comment, please. Interact with me. Come on, everybody. And I'm copywritten. I am 66, Marine Corps Reservist, 77 to 1983. And I'm still in the well-armed militia. Hot diggity dog. And
Yeah, it might be a Marine Corps thing. And I could do it every morning before I make my wife lunch. 'Cause she's still working at the bank. While I sit in my little log cabin. Still trying to write page 1 I came up with. It's all about my heart and how I gave it to God. Drinking coffee out of the last mug my daughter gave me. Dreaming about her and my family represented by all my little dolls and toys. I don't know if I could get Furby the troll. Oh yeah, Kevin gave that to Nicole. And the dogs, Nugget from next door, 'cause I talk about gold mining, come over and ate it up. But go for it, all you young writers. And I'm doing it with Clipchamp. Try to get a sponsor. And I caught my wife sitting in a chair thinking about spending money. It did pretty good, 640 views, because all people want to hear is 58 seconds. No time for critical, philosophical, or educational experience. Yeah, education. It's all on my portfolio. While trying to prove to YouTube, fighting international communist law. And who cares, because I have free press, free speech, and freedom of religion, freedom to air my grievances, and a peaceful demonstration. Because I'm the proud dad of a freaking awesome daughter. That was on the 4th of July. It's the Porch Project. And yet I'm peaceful. 18 cuts, get that one on clip, champ. Come on, guys. Give me the best you can. It's a short story, Sean. Written, audio, visually. I'd have to go back. It's under an hour for sure, but it'll probably take me a day fighting with that little black box, because artificial intelligence doesn't want us to be anything other than a corporate indentured servant. And for you young people, Clipchamp is free while you practice do it yourself, increasing your net worth. And God willing, I can get this into the box and get it out there for the people. She looks so healthy, and under a month of God's guidance and my care, because of my heart, God knew where to send her, to doggy heaven, because of the Star-Spangled Banner and the love of the perfect woman. Frickin' she'd been tortured. 'Cause in America, where the dream is still real, I honestly don't care if 1,000 Secret Service people look into my channel. That would pump the subscribers up. You don't know how important and appreciative I am of the people that follow me. I don't know how to tell y'all I love you with that big heart of mine that's on Sweetie's nose. Rest in peace. Who could love a little bunny rabbit? President Trump, attention Commander-in-Chief, Battle of the Bulge, one response, nuts. That's for the doggy gate. No boots on the ground. Netanyahu could do it. Kicking ass. It is another tool outside the box. It's a lot of high ground. Lost a lot of Marines putting the flag on Mount Suribachi. We had our kids fighting in the Revolution. Watch the Patriot. Guerrilla warfare, but it won't be hard to defend against if it goes wrong. I know Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over is like insanity. Try an experiment. Pick a city where you or we need to take down there in the corner, I don't know. It's gotta be cheaper than a bunker buster, because it's all about money, economics, and world trade. My favorite lady's telling me, check out that sun. Oh, this camera probably won't show you how red it is. And I can't hold it steady at 67 1/4. I don't know. Will the color get there? Sometimes I don't know till I put it on TV. Meanwhile, dog paradise, and everybody gonna be mad at the dogs barking at the generator. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hype it up, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video about how I'd rather write than dust.